What is the absolute best concert you've ever been to? Jimi Hendrix, John Mayall, and Albert King at the Hinterland Auditorium in SF on February 2, 1968. On my first date with my husband. Gua. Halloween. 2004. They fought a dinosaur after decapitating both GW and John Kerry. A vulgar live-action Bugs Bunny cartoon. Queen with Thin Lizzy opening, 1978. Nirvana 1992. Simon and Garfunkel free concert in Central Park 1981. Pink Floyd. Dark Side of the Moon Tour. Muse in 2012 was pretty good. So much cool shit to look at. Pixies, 1991. The Pink Floyd Division Bell Tour in 1994. The Ramones at Lama, the rock capital of Brooklyn, 1984. 9 Inch Nails. Lake Street Dive. Oh my goodness. They were opening for the Avett Brothers. And I had heard one of their songs before. But I'd never heard of the band. Or listened to them other than one song in a passive way. Oh my goodness. They blew me away. I'd seen lots of live shows before but none made me feel the way they did. Their close harmonies. The groove. I fell in love with them. Their live sound is better than their album sound. But their album stuff is excellent too. They became my favorite band overnight. Pink Floyd, The Wall. Third night at Earl's Court. Either late 1979 or early 1980. I was 12 lol. The Nightwish concert my best friend and I went to together. It was both our first concert and going with her made it the best. Def Leppard 1983. Slayer and Slipknot Mayhem Festival 2012. Peter Gabriel touring for So Amazing Music. Dressed in white flowy clothes. He went out into the audience and walked on the crowd's shoulders. First time I saw that at an arena show. 1986-ish. Tool. Portland, Oregon 2015-ish. Tool at a metal festival in Chicago in 2019. They played some then Unreal's Ed music and it was just so cool with their visuals. Love seeing them live. Can't remember the name of the fest, but there were lots of big acts there with System of a Down. Headlining the other day. Deftones. Chino let my friend and I scream into the mic on the song Hexagram. SRV. Fleetwood Mac and U2. Michael Jackson was pretty amazing too. Madonna Like a Virgin Tour 1984 Detroit. Jack White at Bonnaroo in 2014. Before U2 were hated. I stood at the old Sullivan Stadium. Age 17. Bono with his arm in a sling after falling off the stage in DC. When you're 17 everything matters more. The show was solid. Edge did a Hendrix impression on Bullet the Blue Sky. The final song was a chorus repeating, 40, which the crowd sang over and over again, as we excited the venue. Maybe later they did dumb shit. But that night, U2 gave us a good time. Foo Fighters. July 30, 2021. American Family Insurance Amphitheater, Milwaukee. My only Foo Fighters concert. And just before Taylor Hawkins' death. I was hesitating going because it was a 4-hour flight but thought YOLO. One of the best decisions I've ever made. Radiohead, Roseland Ballroom, 2000. Florence and the Machine. Closest I've ever gotten to a religious experience. Fish. Big Cypress Seminole Indian Reservation December 31, 1999. Look it up. Willie Nelson and Bob Dylan at a baseball field in Illinois. I was 10 feet from them. Super casual. It was my first concert ever. I had no idea it was so special. Blind Guardian hands down. I'm not even a huge mega fan. Knew a handful of songs and they were in town. Figured it would be fun to check 'em out. Never in my life have I heard a band sound better than the albums, not by a little but by a lot. Smashing Pumpkins, Siamese Dream Tour, 1993 or 94. Amazing. Judas Priest Screaming for Vengeance, 1982 Seattle. Metallica Outside Lands SF. The first one was surprisingly good. Sepultura Chaos AD Tour with Clutch and Fear Factory, 94. Recently best show was As I Lay Dying right before pandemic 19. No wonders what Slayer does. Did. Like Slayer does. Did. Rammstein. Rush. Either the Time Machine Tour or Clockwork Angels. Rammstein. Nirvana. Bleach Days, opening up for Sonic Youth. Bjork. Hammerstein Ballroom. 2011. David Brin Red Rocks. Too many good shows to count, but that was iconic for me. Slightly Stupid. Just good vibes. Everyone smokin' in a state that hasn't legalized yet. Billy Strings 2021. Quite possibly the best group of musicians I've ever seen and was almost a religious experience lol. Sick of it all opening for Dropkick Murphys in a shithole of a venue when I was like 16. It was unbelievable.